Le chemin du roi. The king's path has already been chosen. Drink responsibly.
And we're back for another episode, Chop Talk with Harie. We are live right now at House of Fresh ATL. And I have my brother from another mother, Dr. Marlon Williams. My brother.
My brother. Yes, I'm grateful, man.
I appreciate you coming through and taking time out of your schedule. So, people got to really, for people that don't know you, where you from originally?
Okay.
And we're going to get into the sports stuff and how we know each other, but I need for people to really understand where Dr. Marlon Williams is from originally.
Okay.
Where are you from, my brother?
I would say the long short of it, or the short of the long.
Correct.
Is, my family's all from Jamaica.
Yeah.
And so that's where all my roots are.
Wow.
But I was born a Jamaican, is what they call it.
I got you.
So born in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And I always say I'm from Decatur by way of Brooklyn and Jamaica.
I know that's damn right.
So I always feel like I had two childhoods growing up.
Wow.
Brooklyn, the time I spent in Jamaica with my grandmother all those summers.
Wow.
And Decatur. So
wow.
Yeah, that's kind of me in a nutshell.
How long did you live in Brooklyn?
I moved here right before I turned 13.
Wow. I never knew that. I'm just assuming it's just Southwest DeKalb, Decatur, where it's greater.
Yeah.
My goodness.
That too.
Correct.
But Brooklyn, and Brooklyn was such at the time, it's not the new Brooklyn. It was the old Brooklyn.
Correct.
And so moving here right before 13,
wow.
That was like a full childhood.
Wow.
So I feel like I had two childhoods. You grow up fast up there.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
It's a fast pace, the concrete jungle.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bob Marley.
I know that's right. When did you start playing football? Was that something that was always a part of your childhood, or did you pick it up early or later?
So I started playing football, official football.
I got you.
In Decatur.
All right.
8th grade was the first time I put on a helmet and shoulder pads. Didn't even know how to put it on.
Wow.
But I knew I wanted to play.
Damn.
Yeah. But we did spend some time together on the same team, bro.
Yeah, we did.
At Tech.
We did.
Yeah, so I wasn't gone before you got there.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah. When I was recruited, and we were talking about this earlier, the game that I can remember where you really crushed it, and we're going to still come back to the accolades in your career in terms of Georgia Tech.
Right.
But the game that I remember vividly, Georgia Tech versus Florida State, that was my official visit.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
that was 92.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Man, you was out there causing havoc, man.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, outside linebacker, but here, it's like you the free safety, strong safety, cornerback. You was everywhere. And I remember Charlie Ward throwing a pass. It wasn't a bomb pass, but maybe he was just getting ready to throw it in. I just remember being on the sideline as a recruit trying to figure out if I'm going to go to Tech or where I'm going, and you out there, man, jumping 40-something inches plus off the ground and got it out the air. So that, what I remember as you, even from practice or just on the field, is phenomenal. Very, very high level.
I appreciate that.
And the main reason why they won the 1990 national championship in 90, right?
I was, yep. I was there. That was an amazing time. We started that season unranked.
Damn.
And to this day, I think that's the only reason we didn't get the nod from the AP poll.
Correct.
Was because that was the sports writers.
Correct.
But the UPI was the coaches. But I think I need to absolutely make the distinction between the trophies that were given to the winners of the UPI versus the API. The trophy we got that crystal.
Correct.
And so that was the trophy for years of the national champ, even when they went to the. So anyway,
wow.
Yeah. So that was a great experience, starting off unranked, and then just plowing through,
man,
with that one tie. But yeah, we were really a handful that time.
Wow.
Back then.
Wow. And that was a hell of a damn defense y'all had, too.
Oh, yeah.
Beast mode.
Yeah.
Lockdown mode.
Yeah, we used to lock people down. I don't remember what we were ranked, but I do remember games like South Carolina and they had a young man by the name of Mike Dingle, who was a big guy, running back.
Correct.
And you know, when we put our minds to it that we were going to shut you down, and that we were going to bring that heat to you, that's just what it was. That's just what it was. So it was a great time.
Wow. So I'm gonna transition because we're coming back to Tech later.
Okay,
We got to talk some NIL and some transfer portal and just
sounds good.
Georgia Tech history and now and then. Let's switch over because I can't just call you Marlon no more.
Yeah, you can.
I got to call you Dr. Marlon Williams. So let's go through the process of clinical mental health, okay, and your journey and the amount of time
Okay.
that it requires for you to get from
Okay.
where you started in terms of your educational career and being a scholar, not just an athlete, but a scholar.
Right. Right.
What was that process like? You got your bachelor's, then you got your PhD. So what all, I know it's a lot because I did my research, but the key points, how did you start from a bachelor's and get to Dr. Williams for clinical mental health?
Okay. So one thing I always promised my parents I would do is graduate.
Correct.
That was going to happen. That
Correct.
had to happen. And so the difference between Georgia Tech, for me as a scholar,
Definitely.
and my time in my master's and PhD program, was I absolutely knew what I wanted to study when I was in the master's program and the PhD program.
Yeah.
And you know, we'll talk some more about
Definitely.
the transition program
Okay.
that I have,
Okay.
because a lot of times as young athletes, we're making one of the biggest decisions in our lives with little to no information and little to no important information that's going to help us way down the road.
Wow.
And so went to Tech, took my sweet time getting out.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Patience is a
You know,
virtue.
Patience is a virtue,
Yeah,
right? And,
correct.
And so anyway, and when I say took my sweet time, I feel like had I really pushed it, I could have gotten out in '93.
Of course.
But or at least earned my degree in '93.
Correct.
But I waited and kind of stretched things out.
Got you.
And so I went back to school 20 years after finishing my bachelor's.
Never too late.
Never too late.
Yeah.
Killer Mike know what he's talking about.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Overstand.
It's never too late. And I remember when I decided I was going back to school, you know, there are times when the Most High will force you to make a decision one way or another. And we can talk about that as well in terms of purpose, you know, living the purpose. But I know that my situation, I left Tech, and there were some difficult times for me transitioning out of sports.
Definitely.
And
Me too.
one of the things that was so important and critical to my getting to where I am now
Correct.
was people helping me out.
Wow.
One person in particular saw what I was going through, gave me an opportunity, and that opportunity involved working with teenagers with drugs and alcohol and violence.
Wow.
And so when I was going through that and facilitating those groups, I said, man, this is something that we could have used. This is something that I should have gotten while I was at Tech,
Tell me about
when I left Tech. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to start doing this. So in '96, I started researching,
Wow.
not even knowing what research was.
Correct.
I started researching life after sports for athletes.
Oh, man.
And then I started trying to put together my program and, you know, would do speaking engagements at different schools and things like that for
Correct.
parents and the kids. And ultimately, in 2013, I said, you know what, it's time to go back to school.
Correct.
And I will be honest, I didn't go back to school to get a degree because I thought I was going to learn something. I'm going to be 100% honest.
No, that's I love
I didn't
it.
think I was going to learn anything, Bree. I
Yeah.
thought I knew
Yeah.
everything. I thought I knew what I needed to know as a counselor because of all the experience I had with the group sessions.
It's correct.
But that first night, in class, and I mean the first night, I knew I was where I needed to be, and I knew that there's a whole lot for me to learn. So, you know, sorry to be so long-winded on the response,
man,
but
we got time. No.
went back to school for the master's,
It's needed.
and my whole approach was totally different than when I was at Tech.
Correct.
Totally different. I mean, I prioritized
We're gonna touch back bases on
my
that.
academics,
Ooh.
you know. And so anyway, so finished the master's degree, and when I say I went hard, I went hard. I went hard at my master's the way I did at sports. I did the same type of routine, the same type of commitment, the same willingness to sacrifice. I applied that to my scholarship, and ended up graduating top of my class.
Strong, very strong.
In that clinical mental health program.
Oof.
And then that gave me an automatic admission into the PhD program.
That's very strong.
And so that's how I ended up going to get my doctorate. And I knew from day one who I was trying to work and serve, who I was trying to work with and serve, primarily athletes.
Correct.
And so all my papers, all of my everything, any assignment that I could fashion towards athletes, that's what I did. And that proved to be very helpful and critical in my doctorate program.
Wow.
And so you have athletes that are going to school, first of all, not necessarily the right school, and then second of all, they don't even know what major to get into. And, you know, students that aren't athletes, I mean, they flunk out. Students that aren't athletes flunk out, and they don't have half. They don't even have a third, maybe, of the kind of commitment and schedule and demands that we have as athletes. So let me be clear, too.
Very accurate statement.
Specifically revenue-generating athletes.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
Football and men's basketball. And so anyway, so that's how that went. 20-year gap from the bachelor's to the master's. Went hard in the paint for the master's. Went hard in the paint for the PhD. And here I am now, Dr. Williams. It's still weird sometimes even saying it, but I am an expert at what I do, you know.
That's a blessing, and I feel like based off of your experience, both from the athletic perspective and going through what you went through, and God just started to feed you your purpose, you know, going through different trials and tribulations.
Absolutely.
You know, and I'm going to go back because you've touched on so many things when you said in 96, at that time, and that's why what you're doing, Dr. Williams, is, like you just said, is something that we need, because I left Tech in 96. I didn't get my bachelor's degree. So imagine the things that athletes deal with, and this is not for sympathy or empathy, it's just like you say, if there's not people in place to keep you on track, especially if there's not parents in play, and you've got grandparents like I did, 6th grade, 12th grade education, they're just happy for their grandson that they're like, he made it. Thank you, Jesus. You know, but there's no, well, you know, you need to check out the academic curriculum over here. This might not be the school for you, or there's no guidance there.
Right.
You know.
And that's no knock on them.
No, not at all.
That's no knock on them.
No,
they did the best they could.
It's evolution. It's what they were exposed to and the opportunities that they had. But I want to kind of go back, because with mental health in general, and you being an expert, I feel like when I left Tech in 96, I was kind of burnt out. You know, my grandfather had died.
Right.
You know, when I came out of surgery, he died in the same hospital where me and my son was born. So when that happened, I really didn't, to be honest with you, excuse my language, after that, I really didn't give a fuck. I was really kamikaze with my behavior.
Yes, sir.
You know, discipline in football became not the first priority. It became the last priority. Right. So I say all that to say, based off of what you're talking about and where you're at currently in life, we need more curriculum counseling for student athletes, because they dealing with a lot more now than we dealt with back then.
They are.
You know?
They are.
Not taking away from what we dealt with, because a lot of things, I always say that, and you can tell me if you agree, a lot of, I can speak for myself.
Okay.
A lot of negative situations, or a lot of the problems that I had, could have been better if I would have made better choices. Better choices. I feel like a lot of people get into the position they get in. I'm just using myself as an example. Not knowing certain things, the unknown,
Right.
but just still making a decision in haste.
Right.
Or making a decision, drinking or dealing with women, and now it's just a clusterfuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and it's hard to decipher sometimes.
Right.
So I feel I went back because Atlanta is such a very strong city, and especially back then, it was very raw.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I enjoyed the nightlife.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. That was one of the many draws of playing at Tech.
Correct.
Was the nightlife.
Correct.
But can I say
Yeah,
something?
come on with it.
Self-destructive behavior is
Talk to me.
an element of depression. It's an element of grief. It's and the things that we go through as an athlete, we aren't always prepared for it, especially when we're transitioning out. And I'd say
I wasn't ready.
I'd say this too.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are.
Correct.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are.
Yeah.
Well, and ready being on a continuum, not ready at all, ready 100%. You know,
Correct.
you fall somewhere in between. But I will say, in terms of choices, Harie,
Yes. Talk to me.
choices. If you have 10 choices available to you, but you're only aware of one,
Yeah.
or you're only aware of the value of two,
Yeah.
it's not easy to make those decisions.
You're right.
And if you are, and let's just take our parents for example,
Correct.
grandparents, parents.
Exactly.
When someone comes and recruits you, they tend to tell them that, you know, I'm going to treat your son just like he's one of mine. I'm going to look out for him just like he's one of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And that sounds good.
It does.
And they may even mean that.
Yeah.
But the reality of the situation doesn't lend itself to that.
That is correct.
And so now you have parents who are thinking that you're being taken care of, or thinking that you got it, or they may not have a clue. You know, my parents didn't go to a 4-year college.
I got you.
They didn't have degrees. Right?
Correct.
And so
Neither did mine.
the only thing they could tell me was, you want to graduate, you want to get a degree. But there's so much more to that. And
yes,
unless someone is helping you see the realities of your present and how it plays a role in your future,
Correct.
and the things you can do and focus on that will help you be a better adult,
Correct.
better citizen, better father, better friend,
Definitely.
better husband. Those are things that don't come easy and aren't just readily available to us. So
You're right.
don't be too hard on yourself. And I want to say that to you, because I want to say it to all the athletes that are watching this,
Definitely.
and even
They need to hear it.
people who aren't athletes.
Exactly.
You do the best you can where you are with what you got.
Yep.
And when you know better, you do better.
You are
know?
correct.
Shout out to the Honorable Maya Angelou for that. You know, when you know better, you do better. And so
Accurate statement.
we have to figure out a way to learn and do better.
You are correct.
Yeah. So
You are correct. So with Chop Talk, I mean, we've already, man, it's a lot of, for me with Chop Talk, it's very therapeutic. Because I talk through issues that I've had in the past.
Yes, sir.
Because it's a part of what we're chopping it up about.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
you know, the thing that I like to lead off with Chop Talk is spirituality.
Yes, sir.
And it's not a religious conversation. It's more spirit, you
Yeah.
know. I like to ask people, I like to talk about spirit, because when we think about divine order, meditation, prayer, those are things that I like to start the day off with, which I didn't do
Yes.
previously,
Yes.
you know. So let me ask you this. On a daily basis, what does Dr. Marlon Williams do in regards to his spiritual regimen? Is it yoga? Is it reading? Is it reading scripture? Is it maybe eating the right foods in the morning? What is your spiritual regimen on a daily basis? How do you give God and the universe time to have peace of mind to get your day started from a spiritual perspective?
Harie, I would say that one of the biggest things I've grown to do
Me
and
too.
learned to do is to walk in prayer, man. I
Indeed.
walk in it, bro. I wake up giving thanks. I talk to the Most High all the time.
Correct.
And because my opinion is this, and this is just my humble opinion.
Exactly.
Who better to guide my steps than the Creator? Who better to put the plan together than the Creator of the universe and all these things?
Mm-hmm.
And so I find myself as a man intellectualizing things like everybody else
Correct.
and planning and doing the best I can because that's what we were given. We were given free will.
Definitely.
However, at the end of the day, I want all of my free will to be pointing in the direction or leaning heavily into what the Creator wants for my life. And I'll say this too. We get so caught up in trying to do for self.
Man.
We underestimate the tremendous impact that doing for others can have on ourselves.
Man.
And let me
Go.
be real clear on that.
Be very clear. I'm
You
with
can never do as much for yourself as the whole can do for you. So if you do for the whole and contribute to the whole, the universe looks out for you. And and some people call it God winks.
Correct.
And me, man, I think God is in everything, bro.
Me too.
From me getting a great parking spot to having a great waitress.
Yeah, service.
Service. And so I
Yeah.
treat these people and I treat those people the way I want to be treated. I give thanks and praise for the small things
Definitely.
because those small things lead to the big things.
You are correct.
And so that's that would be how I start the day.
Correct.
You know, the yoga, I'm blessed my fiance is really big into that and introduced me to that heavy.
Can bring it all together.
You know, and I started a meditation room at a school I used to work at.
Got you.
And we would bring the kids in there and it would help keep them from being suspended and getting into trouble. They would come in there, I would take them through some mindfulness breathing exercises, help them calm their spirits and calm their minds, and then they could go back to class. And they would also learn coping strategies and ways to do that on their own. You know,
That's important.
teach a man to fish. You know, feed him some fish. He'll eat for a day, but teach him how to fish. He'll eat for a lifetime.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. So let me ask you this. What, you kind of already touched on it, but there's a difference between, in my mind, and you tell me if I'm wrong, the difference between the regimen and actually maintaining a relationship with God, the universe. What do you feel the importance of that is? I mean, it's going to start with the regimen, but what do you feel is the importance of maintaining that? Because I can get off track sometimes.
Yes. Yes.
You know, I think we all do.
Yes.
But what do you feel is the importance of maintaining that relationship, that communication?
I think it's super important to do
Okay.
that. And I would say this. You have people who will say, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual.
Correct.
And I respect that,
Me too.
right?
Me too.
I respect that. And I believe that there is something to be said for routine.
Definitely.
Creation is routine, bro. Plants don't just go from seed to full bloom and fruit
Correct.
in one day.
Correct.
There's a process and there are pieces and parts that of elements to that. And so some of us are blessed with being in tune with the Most High. Some of us are blessed with having experiences from an early age.
Definitely.
Whether it's examples of people in our lives or examples, experiences that tell us that God is real
Definitely.
and that there is something bigger than us at work here. Some of us are blessed with that. Some people don't have that. And
Correct.
so I think for those who have not had that experience or have been able to say, you know, I have experienced God, I have experienced the power of the Most High in my life,
Definitely.
they definitely benefit from guidance and fellowship with being in a
Definitely.
religious environment or in a church or following different routines or even being around the right people. You know, we're going to talk about friends and friendship, Harie, but listen here, man.
I'm listening.
Toxic
Ugh.
You gotta. Anyway, before we get to that, we got to
I
make
love
sure that we
this.
keep people around us that are gonna help us
Man, it's so
elevate
important
and evolve.
because we are only good as the people around us. So if we're gonna seek the results that we seek, we can't just be around anybody.
Right.
They have to be. I'm not gonna say they have to be 100%, like I am, but I need for their energy, their thought process, their attitudes, their end game goals to be similar
Absolutely.
and to have that positive energy.
Absolutely.
If
We
I
got
just-
this.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
you're good. But I feel like everything is not going to be positive all the time. But if these people that I'm talking about, that we're only so good as the people around us, at least the spirit, the mental, the base foundation, the core of them needs to be positive.
Yes.
And they have to have some goals that is going to make me want to work harder.
Absolutely.
Perhaps I'm not shooting in the gym every day like I need to be.
Absolutely.
Might be a little distracted.
That's
So
right.
I understand what you're saying.
That's right.
I understand what you're
You
saying.
have to have people around you that are willing to challenge you.
Definitely.
And push you. And what I was going to say was if our goal is to move this big thing that's super heavy that neither one of us can do on our own.
Definitely.
And we have to move it, right?
Right.
So we can decide if we're going to push it, we can decide if we're going to pull it, but we have to decide together.
Definitely.
And you may not be able to push as much as someone else does.
Exactly.
But you may be motivated and you may be one of the biggest encouragers. And you might just have the right attitude and the desire to achieve that goal. And having you around is going to contribute to the overall spirit,
correct,
mindset, atmosphere
definitely
of the goal seekers. And so, yeah,
exactly.
if you have people around you that are not that, then you need to be careful.
Self-check.
You may need to change things around because
definitely.
My mother said this to me. She said, some people wish you well until you actually start doing well.
Oof. Shout out moms.
Shout out moms. I had to really, and my dad, one of his favorite sayings, "Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are."
Ooh.
And so these are things that I still carry with me today. I'm so blessed to still have my mom and dad.
Me too.
Here in my life.
Me too.
But I take what they've taught me over the years, and it still helps me.
That's very powerful. That's very powerful. All right, I'm going to ask you this. Where's there room for Dr. Williams to improve in regards to his relationship with God and just your spirituality in general? I know it's room for improvement for Harie Robinson Jr. I got to be more consistent when it comes to prayer, reading scripture, and staying consistent. So where's there room for improvement for Dr. Marlon Williams in regards to your relationship with God?
I would say for me, Harie, what I work on is immediately recognizing that everything is God's will. He may not do it to me, but he may allow it to happen to me.
Correct.
And so I don't get into the why me. And if I feel a certain way about a thing, where I seek to improve is to minimize the amount of time, to keep shortening that amount of time that I spend in that space of, in that funk, of being upset about a thing or why didn't something go a certain way. And so it's a very thin line, though, because
definitely
there is such a thing as being ridiculously optimistic. There's such a thing as that, right?
Definitely.
But there is also such a thing as accepting your adversity and embracing your struggle.
Whew.
And that's what I seek to do on a daily basis, man. So I would say that's
Well, I needed that back in 96, 95 and 96. We need to be having the same conversation then, but is no expiration date on still being able to be blessed to still be alive and having a conversation with a brother like you that I've known for quite some time. So it's better that it happens now.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Did it never happening at all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we're not always ready, Harie.
Yeah.
We're not always ready.
I wasn't ready.
You know,
Kamikaze.
I wasn't ready. And you know what? Sometimes it's not because we're not ready, just because we're not ready. Sometimes we're not ready because no one has helped us get ready.
Man.
No one has helped us get prepared. And that's why I do what I do. Because some of us are out here, and when I say us, I'm talking about the young athletes.
Definitely.
We're out here, and they're in the same place we were.
Definitely.
We didn't have the phones and all that. Thank God. Cameras weren't everywhere
No,
like it is now. Thank God.
You're not lying.
But,
oh, my goodness. Yeah.
But not much has changed.
You're right.
Let's be honest. Not much has changed, and the distractions are there.
Definitely.
And so the term student athlete and trying to balance being a student athlete, it's just as challenging today as it was back in the day, maybe even more so now.
Yeah, with all of the different vices and, as you said, technology.
Yeah.
Is a high level now.
Yeah,
it's everywhere.
A lot of us are overexposed.
Correct.
You know? So yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
And not even using the platforms really what they should be for. It's just people craving attention, but we're going to get there too.
Yeah.
I want to shift to relationships. Let's start with family.
Yes.
How have you been able to maintain healthy relationships with your immediate family, whether it be your mother, your brother, your father, cousins, uncles?
Right.
How have you been able, because all families are going to have trials and tribulation and agreements and disagreements.
Yes.
What's been one of the key ingredients for you to maintain a healthy relationship with your immediate family?
One of the things that really helped me was recognizing that all families have some level of dysfunction.
You're damn right.
And, realizing that what you see on TV is a script. It's a show. It's not reality.
You're ahead of me. I love it.
It's not reality, right? And so, but to answer your question a little more directly, I have learned that I want to be as patient and give as much grace to other people, especially my family,
damn right,
that I would want the Most High to give to me.
Oof.
And so there are times where it's harder than other times.
Definitely.
Some subjects are tougher than other subjects.
Definitely.
But ultimately, at the end of the day, what I try to be very intentional about is telling my family I love them.
Ooh, me too. I'm
all
on
the
that.
time.
I got that part.
We didn't grow up that way.
No, we didn't.
We didn't grow up with a lot of showing affection, and Jamaicans. We really hard, and our community is a little hard like that too.
I got you. My grandma and granddaddy, I mean, they were, an older generation that dealt with segregation and slavery, you know what I'm saying? But they raised me, so it wasn't a lot of, hey, I love you.
Right.
No, it's like, I love you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
And then there's even historical facts that contribute to why
Definitely.
Black people don't show affection the way
Indeed.
we probably should.
Indeed.
However, not to get off topic.
I know.
I feel like being intentional about spending time, reaching out randomly.
Correct.
For family and friends, Harie, I call people for no reason all the time. and I sometimes call people who I know need that the most. Because some people, they get calls, and the only calls they receive are, I need this. Can you do this?
Yep.
I need you to get me this.
Can I hold?
Can I hold this? Right?
Correct.
And I intentionally will call people, and I'm fortunate to have friends like this too that call me and say, hey, man, I didn't want anything. I'm just calling to check on you, see how you doing, you good, and go from there. And then that's it, right? And so that's how I feel like I do my best, and my part is being intentional about spending time, being intentional about staying in touch.
Definitely.
And being intentional about communicating clearly and effectively.
Yeah. And that's the way you can have healthy relationships in regards to family or friends.
It helps. And I'll say this too, Harie.
Definitely.
Everybody don't want to be a friend.
No.
And everybody doesn't want to be your family either. And so, in situations like that, Harie, I'll tell you what I do in those situations.
Talk to me.
I just make sure I don't do anything that's irreparable. I just say, okay, they are where they are now,
Yeah, definitely.
and they may have done some hurtful things and said some hurtful things, bro. I mean, some people, can't nobody hurt you like family, man. Let's be honest about that.
Boy,
And I just say to myself, look,
man.
when the time comes for healing,
Definitely.
when the time comes for mending those fences,
Correct.
I'm gonna be here, available and ready to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna do anything that gives you a reason not to do that.
Correct.
And
Open
also
door policy.
and also I'm not gonna force it.
Definitely not.
And if it's toxic, I'm staying away from it.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with it at all.
I
I'm cool
mean,
on it.
That's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
That's real.
I'm
And so,
cool on it.
we're not getting any younger, bro. We God willing, we have more tomorrows than yesterdays, but the reality is we probably have more yesterdays than we have tomorrows.
Man.
So we got to be
Number
really,
days.
Yeah, we got to be really careful and intentional about how we spend our time and who we spend it with, and the energy that we put into different things in relationships.
You are absolutely correct. And a lot of people say, they kind of laugh when I say number days, but it's a real statement. What are you going to do with the days that you have left?
Correct.
Because the ones behind you, we can't hit the rewind button.
Nah.
So I really value, my time that's ahead of me. And I've had to make some changes so I can hopefully have some more longevity.
Yes, sir.
God willing.
God willing.
We're gonna switch it. We're gonna switch into.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna talk about marriage. Yes, indeed.
Marriage.
Yes, indeed. So, Dr. Marlon Williams, what do you feel are some important ingredients to having longevity in marriage? Longevity.
So I can tell you what the word on the street is.
Yeah, well, hell, I need the word on the street. Talk to me.
I can tell you what I heard, what I've been told.
All right.
Because I've never been married before.
That's fine.
But I have seen a lot of marriages.
Yep, I've been married. I'll throw in some pieces too.
And part of my learning and education is
Exactly.
focused on family systems and things of that nature.
Correct.
But I will say, in short, a long-lasting, healthy marriage, it starts with the selection. It starts.
Indeed.
Some of us spend more time researching our cars and houses that we buy than researching and really understanding who we are attaching ourselves to.
Isn't that amazing?
And it's ridiculous.
Right?
And then we wonder why it doesn't last.
Wow.
And so we also have to remember, what I've have learned and what I've heard and what I believe is that values,
Definitely.
core values, are super important. If you don't value the same thing, you're not going to be the same people.
Correct.
Right? And there are ways where not being the same is healthy because you complement one another with your strengths.
Correct.
However, there is something to be said for sharing common core values and being on the same page and not turning on each other when things go sour or go south. And so values, I would also say learning how to argue.
Man.
Learning how to have courageous conversations, holding each other accountable. There's a lot to it, but I would say to start with, man, we don't always choose the way we're supposed to.
You're absolutely correct. I'm going to use myself as an example. You
Okay.
covered it. I mean, you hit the key points because, being at Georgia Tech, there's, in the life that we lived then, I at least I can speak for myself. I was a very visual person. I'm just trying to
Most men are.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to get to that warm place. You feel me? But as I got older,
Yes.
it's like the tendencies of young Harie, led me to my now ex-wife, but she's still a beautiful young lady, very intelligent.
Absolutely.
But I could say that I wasn't visual in the approach because we had to have conversations. And I feel
Yes.
like that's where young men and even men my age or older, sometimes that's where it's just like you said earlier, values and knowing who
Yes.
you are actually going to walk down that aisle with and having those conversations,
Yes.
whether it's marriage or relationship or
Yes.
it's a new courtship type
Yes.
relationship.
Yes.
Now I know at 48, okay, I need to have this conversation with this young
Yes.
lady. Oh, man. Visual already tingly.
Yes.
Like, man, what the Lord, I don't know what flavors he used. I don't know if it's caramel, butterscotch,
Yes,
but
sir.
it's like, ooh.
Uh-huh.
But now I got to get past it. Where are you from?
Right.
What are your goals?
Right.
Are you happy with yourself? Did you go through any turmoil? How was your environment? Did you have parents or did auntie raise you? These are the conversations that it goes both ways.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do that at a young age.
Yes.
You know, so I agree with you 100%. Is getting to know the person because there may possibly be a red flag that comes up in the conversation.
Right.
Where there is, we're not going to go to the next level of physical interaction. We're going to have more conversations. And hell, we might be great friends
Yes.
and can do business together.
Yes.
Just because she looked like I got to ball her up doesn't mean that has to go down.
Correct.
I know that now.
Yes. Yes. Better
At
late
48.
than never.
I'm telling you.
Better late than never. I tell you what.
Damn.
I
You hit it on the nose, Dr. Marlon.
When I
Williams.
see, I look at social media,
Correct.
and there are some very attractive women out there.
Definitely.
I mean,
all over the place.
all over the place.
Yeah.
And I have gotten to the point now where
Say it.
I see it, and it's like, wow, that's nice. But what's the conversation like?
Oh man.
I want to hear them talk.
Ooh-wee.
And so I've gotten to that point now where it just lasts that long. It's like boom, beautiful, fantastic, and then other than that, if there's no substance to it,
It's just hollow.
And I would like to say something about red flags.
Talk to me.
Some red flags are non-negotiable.
Damn right.
Some red flags are just part of the package.
You know what? Now, give me an example of a non-negotiable red flag. It ain't got to be nothing specific of what you dealt with. It's just like, okay, if this young lady says this, it's like, you know what? It's all good. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah. To me, if you can't keep your stories straight,
man, all over the place.
If you're inconsistent with, everything. If you can't keep your word,
correct.
If you don't do what you say you're gonna do, and that's not my cup of tea.
That's a red flag that just ends the whole conversation.
Not my cup of tea.
And I really don't want to even talk to you no more, to be honest. Ain't nothing else to talk about because you're all over the place.
Nothing else to talk about. Yeah. And so I kind of look at that, and I just look at self-love too. If you are doing things to your body or
talk to me,
living a certain type of way,
you're correct.
I don't want to attach myself or be around that because, like you said, I've heard people say something similar to what you said. You are the average of everyone that you have in your close circle.
Correct.
And that includes your woman.
You're damn right.
And I've heard this. I don't remember where I heard this.
Otherwise, I never added that to it though. That's a very good point.
I heard this somewhere, but I don't remember where, and I would give them credit. So forgive me, whoever said this, but the right woman will make you twice the man you are. The wrong woman will make you half the man you are.
Break it down.
And so, and vice versa.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
Vice versa.
Yeah.
But a woman who can't be led, because I know I'm a leader. I know I'm a true leader, and I'm not a tyrant, right? I don't lead in terms of it just has to be what I say. That's not how I do.
I love that.
There is,
put that on a T-shirt.
And then before I got with my fiance, if I I had an interaction with a young lady,
Correct.
and I could tell that she had zero experience with manhood, with real manhood,
Correct.
and had no intentions of learning how to be around manhood,
Correct.
then yeah,
Yeah, that's another
yeah,
red flag. It's
a-
done data.
you can't fix certain things.
Nah.
And
nah.
and I'll stray off topic. People are who they are, bro.
Yes,
And
indeed.
they're not gonna. They can dress it up.
Oh
They
yeah.
can
Facade.
they can polish it
Ooh,
up real
real
nicely.
crispy. Yeah.
But let's be honest. If let's take it back to when we were kids, man. You know,
Mhm.
if I knew someone who was lame, if you were lame and a coward when we were in the fifth grade, you a lame and a coward now.
Correct.
You know,
It never-
I don't
it-
care what you did.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
And I've lived long enough to know that that's a fact.
Correct.
You know, so
And you touched on something, you know, and it's really people, I think, even at my age and when I was younger, I think men and women had this this false sense or an illusion that based off of what a man or woman has or the physical interaction,
yeah,
material things
right.
can change the
Yes.
mental thought process of a man or a woman.
Right.
And I just, you know, over the years, I'm 48 now, Dr. Williams, and, you know, I know myself, you know, and I've just came to the realization that the only change that's going to come is between that individual and God. Because the seasons change. You got winter, summer, spring, fall.
Yes.
They change. It rains when he wants it to.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like unless, for me to make the changes I've made, I've had to pray about it. It wasn't going to be a young lady, you know, that can change my mind if I'm set on my
Right.
goals and what I want to accomplish. Because I
Right.
can consider that young lady to be a distraction
Mm-hmm.
to me getting to where I want to go. Right?
Right.
And I just feel like people need to be more realistic with that. That's just my 2 cents on it.
Okay.
That change is going to come either through God or some type of tragic event, trials or tribulations, where you lose somebody that you love that breaks your heart. Change is going to come with that. It could be depression that comes behind it, but there might be some change that comes behind it as well.
Right.
Because I've lost people that I loved, and it changed me for the worse.
Yes, sir.
You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There's some people that's out of my life. It's like, well, I'm glad that's over with. Man, I feel great. Like I got light in the shoulders.
Weight off your shoulders. Yeah.
Carrying the
Said
load.
some really powerful stuff there, sir. I'd like to add something to it.
Please.
God, the Most High, is everything.
Everything.
You know,
It's a microphone.
One of my favorite things is God is, and people are like, what? God is what? And I'm like, that's
Everything.
It. God is.
Correct.
And so I know that I prayed that God would send me a woman that could help me evolve.
Oof.
That could help me change. And so that goes back to the selection. Because now if you are picking a woman who you can't trust to provide you with some focus,
Correct.
to provide you with some, man, even breadcrumbs, you know, to get to where you need to go.
Correct.
You know, that's so important, man. You know, I think God talks to you in different ways. Right?
Definitely.
I've heard God is always talking. You just ain't always listening.
You damn right.
And so, you know, God will whisper. Then he might speak up a little bit.
I'm telling you.
He might tap you on the shoulder.
Correct.
Might get to the point where he got to slap you across the head.
I'm trying to break you all the way down.
You know, so I want to be in tune.
Yeah, I want to know it.
I want to know it, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why I want to have someone around me and people around me who are also on that same mission.
Correct.
And so, yeah, we can't change people. They have to change themselves.
Correct.
But we also can
Definitely.
choose people who are open to change. and be someone who's open.
That's
to change.
very important.
Yeah.
Because I kind of had tunnel vision on my statement that it could only happen through, you know, that individual having a relationship with God because of the way the seasons change. But you made a very good point. They have to be open to change, even with the conversation with God.
I still
of
think
change.
you're right, though, Harie, because that is in itself God.
Definitely.
I think yeah.
Yeah, but you mentioned something about being open to change.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
That's got to be added to the equation, because if you're not open to receive anything, a blessing, like you said, if you're not paying attention,
Right.
you may miss it. Being selective. If you're not open to it, it's hard to receive it, man. When the fists are closed, when your hands are open, man.
Oh, man.
Boy, it just falls
There
in
it
there.
is. There it is.
Oh, man, wow. But you're right. You got to be open to change. You mentioned something earlier, and this is a part of our lives now.
Yes.
Whether you're doing business or whether you just need to see humor. Social media.
Yes.
Man. Do you feel that men and women, with the way the social media platform is set up now, do you feel that 90% of men and women are on there just for attention, craving attention? You know, because I've seen, just like you said earlier, I see so many women on Instagram. I see some that do it tastefully. You know,
Right.
everything ain't busted open.
Right.
You know, but to each his own. Y'all do your thing.
Do your thing.
Do your thing.
Right.
I ain't knocking it. But do you feel, even men? You got men. I mean, like, how do you feel that social media has changed the interaction between man and woman? We done talked about all these great things of marriage and courtship, and
Right.
you know, when you think about Black culture, you know, and marriage, how do you feel social media has affected men and women, our interaction?
So I would say social media, depending on how you use it,
Correct.
it's a gift or it's a curse.
Definitely.
And the interaction between men and women, I don't know the percentages,
I got
but
you.
I would say that social media gives you an opportunity. If I was a young man now,
Correct.
22,
Yeah.
I would be using social media to meet the woman of my dreams. However many times I have to do that.
Correct. I feel you.
I would know what I like.
Yeah, for sure.
I would know what I'm looking for.
Definitely.
I would have a criteria.
Me
right?
too.
It's like I'm
Full
recruiting.
system.
It's like I'm recruiting, right?
Whole plan.
You know, I need a receiver that runs a 4.5,
Damn right.
4.2, whatever.
Yeah.
But I would say that the interaction is so false and fugazi now, because a lot of people on social media are pretending.
Definitely.
Some of them are flat out lying.
Yeah, it's extreme scam action.
It's extreme scam action. They scamming themselves.
Correct.
And some of them, I think, actually believe it.
I know, right?
But in terms of, you see people talking about being catfished.
Definitely.
Folks saying, this is not you. You know, you meet somebody and you're like, this is not you.
Man.
You're not the same person on this profile picture. AI has generated your profile picture now.
My goodness.
Well,
I call it fiffery.
oh man.
Plead the fifth because you're full of shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I know
man.
some people who are in wonderful marriages right now because
Definitely.
of social media.
I can agree with that.
You know,
I
a
can
good
agree.
friend of mine met his wife, I can't remember how many years ago, but saw her on Facebook, went after her
I know.
through Facebook, and then took the chance to go out of state to meet her.
To that destination.
And brought her back, you know.
I know that's right.
And now they have 4 beautiful children, man.
Wow.
They're doing extremely well. And but then you also have the flip side of that story where
Definitely.
people get with folks who on the surface are perfect, but people don't always want to do the deep dive into who they're dealing with. And I think some people would rather not know the truth and they think it'll just work itself out. But that's not reality.
Yeah,
It doesn't work like that.
yeah, you said a mouthful then, because I think depending on the age of the couples, right? And
Right.
if they decide to get together, I think sometimes they feel like that their physical interaction is going to push them through.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
the
Very-
obvious,
Very temporary.
super temporary.
Very temporary. Yeah.
You know, and I think a lot of people think they can physically take themselves through it, the man and the woman, like, it'll be okay. We just gonna, have makeup sex, everything will be good, boo. No, that shit
Yeah.
ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
You know, eventually that's gonna be so redundant because you're leaning on it as a vice
Right.
to make things right.
Yes. Yeah.
It's more to it than just that. Now y'all gonna have to repair some mental. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to repair some spiritual.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Once you get that together, you can go back to that.
Absolutely.
But it's just a distraction. People trying to hold on to something that's been over with for quite some time. Sometimes they do.
Man, what are you saying?
Man.
I'll say this too about relationships.
Definitely.
You meet someone on social media
Okay.
and chemistry is popping.
Oh yeah,
Right?
definitely.
Everything's beautiful, right?
Correct.
But you don't like them though.
Oh shit.
You know, that's I said I'm not marrying
Definitely.
someone I just love.
Correct.
If I don't like her,
Correct.
I can't do it.
It's got to be all of the above.
I gotta like her because love is gonna come and go.
It is. It
Love
is.
is gonna come and go, and there gonna be days where you hate. You know,
Correct.
Like,
Correct.
You may not.
You got to be able to, but you still got to be able to work through that.
Absolutely.
If you like them, yeah, it's gonna be. Ain't nothing perfect. So you hit it on the nose. Liking and love can come and go. That's depending on whether they're confused. They might be thinking love is lust.
Right. Not the same.
Oh yeah, them shit's different.
Not the same.
That lust, you just want to keep balling up. She want to keep dealing with me. You know what I'm saying? So that's lust. Love can come and go depending on the interaction. Like you say, if you don't like the person initially and then have the conversations,
Right.
it's hard to get the love if you can't get the pregame down.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
you're right. You're absolutely right.
And we sometimes attribute poor character
Definitely.
to other things like they just immature or they just had a lot of childhood trauma.
Correct.
And those things might be right, might be
Definitely.
real, but someone can mature. Someone can get assistance with dealing and working through and processing their childhood trauma. But if it's just someone that you don't like, you can love that all day, every day, but you're not going to have a healthy union.
Yeah, that's just like saying that people going to just have physical interaction. A man and a woman going to just physically try and get through it, and they may have never liked each other, depending on how they met each other. Did they meet each other out in a social
And
setting?
then they have these ulterior motives too.
Correct.
Some people they just trying to complete a picture.
Oui.
I know I had to
Like
look
the
out
little house on the prayer, like you said earlier, the
Yes.
script.
the script.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have the career, they have the house, they have the car, they have the clothes. Now they need that man or a woman on their arm. And they just trying to complete that picture.
Yeah.
And they're just like, whatever body I can get in there
Yeah.
to do that. And that's
Just to make it complete.
and that will just basically undermine everything you've worked hard for.
Man.
But I also want to say something else too. You
mm.
mentioned being 48
Correct.
and being older now and being past the aesthetics of a thing, and
Correct.
it's still important,
You better
but
believe
it's not
that.
it's not the most important thing, right?
No, it's not.
At this age, there has to be a commitment to grow together
Yeah, definitely.
because there's still growing to be done, right?
Definitely.
Still growing to do, and that commitment has to be there. And you asked that question earlier. Do you have goals? Are you happy with where you are right now?
Correct.
Do you see yourself being somewhere else later on?
Exactly.
So those things are very important.
It's
also.
the conversations that some young men never have.
Right.
And it may go back to the fact that, man, I just want to complete the picture, like you said. It could go either way, man or woman. Man, she bad, man. I'm over here doing my thing.
Absolutely.
Well, I need that when I saw this got 1.2 million followers. I'm going to go ahead and spend 100 racks on it and see if she going to be a
Right.
part of the team.
Right.
Man,
You after the wrong trophy, bro.
I'm telling you. All right, I'm gonna shift gears on you, Dr. Williams. In regards to your profession, clinical mental health, right? Are there certain athletes, whether it's at the middle school, elementary level, do you have, I mean, are you working with all athletes, or do you have specific athletes you're working with now, whether they're in high school, middle school, collegiate, professional?
Right.
Because we need it from every level.
We need it at every level. And,
Correct.
And this may surprise you.
Talk to me.
I deal with college athletes
Great.
and retired professional athletes.
Boy.
You would be surprised.
Ooh.
And I'm not talking about retired last year. I'm talking about been out the league. And
Wow.
that stuff doesn't go away. And we're used to just pushing things down,
Correct.
ignoring them, and it doesn't go away.
You're right.
And eventually it's gonna come back and bite you. It's like having a very small stone in your shoe. At first it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Bothers you a little bit. You kind of ignore it.
Yeah.
But then it starts to create an abrasion. Right? And then it gets infected. And then before you know it, it might take your life with a staph infection, or you
Correct.
you have to get that foot taken off. It's insidious like that. It
Wow.
sneaks in there, it creeps in, it hangs around, and then it's triggered.
Correct.
You mentioned losing people.
Definitely.
Sometimes we have underlying issues, unresolved issues
Definitely.
that are triggered by life experiences and life events.
Correct.
And so it's like the pandemic. There were a lot of people who had mental issues.
Definitely.
And they were able to function, but then the pandemic just kind of put a spotlight on all of that.
Definitely.
There were some marriages that ended because of the pandemic.
Definitely.
Because now that time you're able to spend away from each other because you don't like each other.
Correct. Correct.
Now you're forced to be in there. You're like, man, I really don't like this person.
Damn,
It's
what
time to
the
go.
hell was I thinking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, anyway. Yeah.
No, you're good. With, your field in terms of clinical mental health, I don't think everybody really understands in regards to that field. How do you start? I mean, do you have to have brick and mortar?
Okay. Like a building that you practice out of?
Yeah.
Okay.
A building that you practice out of. What does it require to start it, to, like, once you finish all of your educational academic curriculum and you've went all through that,
Right.
do you have to, do you just kind of, it sounds like it could be multifaceted, where you could work at schools, or you could just, like you said, work with retired athletes.
Right.
They could just
Right.
come to you. Does it require you to have brick and mortar?
It doesn't require,
Okay.
but you have clients who prefer in-person sessions.
Okay.
I have clients who don't want to do anything except virtual sessions. But I also
Bam.
have clients that they don't groove with the virtual sessions. They want in-person.
Correct.
They want to sit there and they want to vibe and have some real conversations and get some work done in person. But I've had success with clients on both sides,
Great.
in person and virtual. And I want to go back to, in terms of who I work with.
Yes.
That's
what I wanted to get
I
to.
work with all ages.
Okay.
Right. However, so I have programs in the like you said, at all ages, right? There's
Correct.
transitions, and there are necessary tools that you have to be successful as an athlete, as a person, from elementary school through middle school, high school, college, right before college, right after college,
Correct.
long after college, long after your career. And so one of the main reasons I got into the program that I got into, which was my PhD is in counselor education and supervision.
Got you.
And so I knew when I got into it for my master's, I said, this is bigger than I expected.
Definitely.
You know, when I got into the program, you know, it wasn't like counseling was a big deal. And it wasn't talking about athletes and mental health like they are now.
Exactly.
So I was like,
we were part of that. They weren't talking about it at all
correct,
back then.
Correct.
Shit.
Correct. And I want to talk about a teammate of ours that serious mental health challenges that we saw evidence of back then.
Yeah.
But in terms of the program and also school,
correct.
You want to know what you want to get into so you can choose the right path.
Correct.
Academically.
Exactly.
You know, some people want to do it all online. Personally, I wanted to do brick and mortar.
Gotcha.
Because I just didn't feel comfortable with doing the virtual.
Correct.
I just wasn't comfortable with that. And I had classmates that were much younger than me that were getting all their books electronic.
Yeah.
I needed to have that paper.
Yeah, I feel you.
I needed to highlight.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing I also want to say about school and any other goal and endeavor that you have.
Yeah.
Is you got to trust your process.
Definitely. Definitely.
You have to follow your path and do what's right for you. You know, there's a saying, comparison is the thief of joy.
Definitely.
And if you spend all your time comparing yourself to your classmates,
ooh, Lord,
doing what they do or trying to compete and keep up and all that other stuff, you will find yourself in a bad situation because it's not for you. That's not your path. It's not what the Most High had for you. And so I learned that early. You know?
Definitely.
When I got in there, I was focused, and I realized that not everyone there was a team player. There were some real solo artists and some people who were pretending to be team players that were really out to just undermine you. And so you have to kind of navigate all of that.
Definitely.
But brick and mortar
The
was
red
where I
tape.
wanted to go.
That's strong.
Not only do you have to do the class and coursework, but you have to do internships.
Got
And
you.
to become a licensed professional counselor in Georgia and pretty much any other state,
Okay.
you have a certain number of hours that you have to have of direct contact and practice. You have to have supervision hours, and you have to be supervised by people who are licensed to practice. And so there's a little more to it than just
Yeah.
going to school and getting some good grades.
No.
And you will learn whether or not you're cut out for it, and they will learn whether or not you're cut out for it because
Correct.
you're being observed and
Exactly.
evaluated the entire
Wow.
time because we have to protect the profession.
Definitely.
We don't just deal with cars and, you know, we're dealing with machines. We're dealing with human beings. And
Oof.
you could decide today, all right, I'm going to go get counseling. I need help. People have been telling me to get help. I'm going to go get counseling today. And then you line up and get with the wrong counselor and they give you a totally bad experience,
Correct.
totally wrong impression of what counseling is about. And you just get
Could
totally
do more
turned
damage.
off and you get more damage than help. And so, yeah, we have
Boy.
we are all about do no harm.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you know, you have a few people that slip through the cracks.
Definitely.
But for the most part, though, I think
It's tight.
we do a good job of identifying red flags. And
Once
people
again.
who are going to be a problem
Yeah.
and hurt people more than they help.
Man. So that leads me to my next question in regards to brick and mortar
Mm-hmm.
and your profession, the field.
Yes.
Would you say that it required a lot of investment capital? Or was it more of the relationships that you curated during your journey through the internships and having a certain amount of allotted hours that made it easier? Maybe you didn't have to spend as much money to have brick and mortar based off of the relationships you made along the way. That's one thing I like to talk about, especially now that you're my first guest that, you know, doctor, clinical mental health. I don't think it's enough young kids out there or even people my age or younger that really understand the business structure side of it. Is it
Right.
just like any other business? You know, just pick out your location, demographics. Do you
Right.
have to be in the right location?
Right.
Did it require a lot of capital for you to get your brick and mortar?
Right.
You know?
Right.
Or is it like, I mean, because we got some relationships now.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't got to always just spend a whole bunch of money. It could just be a resource. You know what, Dr. Marlon Williams? Hey, I got a spot over here. You can set up here.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you go about that in terms of selecting location? Did it require a lot of financial startup costs?
Okay.
Once you went through all the entire journey to get where you are now?
So I would say one of my favorite sayings is start where you are
Correct.
with what you have.
Damn right.
You know, basically do what you can where you are with what you got.
That's key.
And I'm fortunate that my profession and my experience as an educator,
Correct.
because when I was in school full time, I was working full time. Tell you, bro, there
It's a
were times
beast.
where I didn't go to sleep.
I believe it.
There were days where I knew that I'm leaving the house at 6 a.m.
Correct.
and I'm not going to get back until 11 that night. And
Oof.
then I'm going to have papers to write, and
Correct.
assignments to complete, and may not get to bed in time. So I may just have to make a pot of coffee
And keep burning the midnight oil.
and burn the midnight oil,
Keep
and,
going.
and go right through. And you know that taught me a lot about time management and recognizing the value of that. But in terms of the money to start, you have to, you know, plan your work
Definitely.
and work your plan. And failing to plan,
Ooh.
my good brother, is planning to fail.
Ooh, it can be detrimental. You done before you get
You're
started.
done before you get started.
Oof.
And the counselor profession, there aren't a lot of people who would sit here and say, you know, I'm business savvy. Some people are. Some people are very much that.
Definitely. Definitely.
But I was fortunate that I didn't go to school straight out of college. And some of my classmates, they did that, but they were still living at home with mom and dad.
Correct.
You know, there are people who are, you know, parents were paying for school and all of that. And
Correct.
so it really just depends on where you are and what you're dealing with.
Definitely.
And so I would say be careful about biting off more than you can chew.
Definitely.
And when we're talking about brick and mortar and office spaces, it's like people who buy too much house and then they try to furnish it in one
Oh,
month,
man.
right? That's a bad
Definitely.
mistake, right?
Definitely.
I have cohort members from my PhD program. They don't do anything but virtual.
Gotcha.
And so virtual is probably, in terms of the overhead, it's really slow overhead. You know, you have to pay for the platform that you use
Of course.
because you have to use platforms that are HIPAA compliant, that are guaranteeing, or at least as much of a guarantee that they can provide, that their personal information is not going to get out there. So you got to pay for that sometimes.
Correct.
And so, you know, it depends. And then you have office situations where people share spaces.
Exactly.
And based on the time and schedule of their clients,
Correct.
they can kind of work that out and not have to foot the bill by themselves. So there are different ways.
I like that because you already touched on a topic that we're not going to have to cover, but you said it virtual. Once again, technology reduces a lot of overhead.
It does.
Having that virtual, but even with the shared space, with the schedules being on point and everybody's communicating, you don't have to have a whole space by yourself, which ultimately brings down that overhead.
Right.
Which,
Right.
that's great.
Right.
You can't get better than that.
And so, you know, doing virtual, of course, you want to either have a decent laptop or webcam.
Correct.
You know, you want to have a nice background and things like that, correct lighting.
Correct.
But it doesn't have to be extravagant and overly expensive. But it makes a difference for your client. So
Definitely.
yeah.
Now, this is one I always like to ask guests. I already know where you're going to go with this, but I love the insight.
Okay.
Time versus money.
Okay.
Not just business, but time versus money in
Mhm.
general.
What do you mean?
What's more important?
Okay.
Time versus money.
All right. Time versus money.
I
That's
mean,
a
it's
good one.
pretty. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. Time to me is king.
Damn right,
Right.
it is.
But here's the thing.
Talk
they
to
say,
me.
they say time is money.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a fact too.
You damn right.
And I saw something about a fisherman, and he was fishing, and a big Wall Street exec approached him and said, how much fish do you catch? And he said, I just catch enough to take care of my family. I sell a few and eat the rest. And
Correct.
he said, then what you do? So I go spend time with my family and do what I feel like doing, rest.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, man, you got a pretty good thing going here.
Yeah.
Why don't you ever thought about getting a bigger boat?
Yeah.
He's like, then what? He's like, well, get a bigger boat, you get more fish, you start selling more fish, you get more boats.
Yeah.
Then what? Then you get more money, and basically, and guy was like, oh, then what? And he's like, well, you be rich and have all this money, and then you could do what you want. You could spend time with your family and get rest. And he's like, well, I'm doing that now.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And so time over money for people, I would say it boils down to quality of life.
Definitely.
Or standard of living. What's more important to you?
Correct.
Some people I will never say they need it, but they want it.
Yeah.
Some people want big houses and fancy cars and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Some people want to just, I'm going to tell you something, Harie. For me, you know how I knew I made it?
How?
When I could run the heat and the AC all day as much as I wanted.
That's right. And they ain't got to regulate it.
To me, that was like, I made it, right?
Definitely.
I made it.
Definitely.
Because
everything costs.
Everything costs. Everything costs. And, I just think that time and money, you absolutely have to make money.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say this too, Harie.
Definitely.
You got to be careful about people that don't want to pay you for your time. I have so many situations where folks say, oh, wow, so what do you do? I'm a counselor. I counsel athletes. They learn about my background. Mm-hmm. Oh, you, okay, counselors, yeah. So you got a PhD? Yeah, I got a PhD,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I have all this experience as an elite athlete.
Correct.
I have all this experience as a former elite athlete who went through hell and came back.
Correct.
I have this experience as an educated counselor.
Definitely.
With a master's.
Correct.
And I also have a PhD.
Exactly.
That I earned.
Yeah.
But now you want me to do everything for you for free. Or you want to pay me bottom dollar for it. And hey, everyone's different. Not everyone is like that. But there are certain things, Harie, that we have to be honest with ourselves. And my honesty with myself is I'm not going to devalue or minimize the value of what I do for the sake of someone who doesn't want to pay the value, what it's worth. And
all money ain't good money anyway.
All money is not good money. Yeah. And here's what I've heard also. Every person that, someone said that every time that they gave someone a break, that was the worst client they ever had.
You better believe
they regretted giving them that break. And you have people that are very slick, right? They're very knowledgeable and professional, and they may even have their own business, but they still come at you with that nonsense, right?
You touch, my goodness. Yes, you are correct. Overcorrect. I had a conversation with a gentleman today, and, it was based off of some email correspondence, and he's like, well, why is this on the invoice? And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I've been doing this for quite some time now.
Right.
And I think when it comes to creatives, or even when it comes to people in your professions with the expertise and education you have, that people just think that old Staples commercial where we just hitting the Staples button to make this shit
Oh
happen.
man, the easy button.
Yeah, the easy button.
Yeah.
I don't know what that shit is.
They don't
You
see
know?
your yesterdays.
No, they don't see it.
They only see you right now.
But I also had to
Yeah.
think in retrospect. So if I'm invoicing a client,
Right.
perhaps I didn't put enough work into the invoice. I really need to itemize that thing, like really over itemize.
Mm.
But I didn't think I would have to do that, but I still have to hold myself accountable.
Yeah, you do.
And I was corresponding with this gentleman, very good brother of mine, and he was like, you know what, Ree, you know, that might be a good point, man. I need to do that as well.
Right.
But I told this gentleman in the same thing, like, there's going to be different levels, and you spoke on this value, but there's no man or woman in this world. There's no corporate company
Right.
that can pay Dr. Marlon Williams what he's worth.
No.
You're going to choose
Correct.
who you do business with that you can put, okay, you know what? Based off of what I'm bringing to the table, I can do that.
Right.
And that's what I had, you know, for me, after I retired from Macy's in 2008, I pretty much just been on my own as an entrepreneur. So I value my time,
Absolutely.
you know. But I tell young men this, they get frustrated about, man, you know what, I should have getting paid this. Like, man, you might as well get over that shit. No man or woman or corporate company can pay you what you're worth. By the time you get to that 30-year tenure, what can you look back on and say how much free time that you really had? Not free time to just fuck off,
Right.
but time is priceless, as we said. Our days are numbered, not like in a bad way, but it's the countdown.
Yeah. Well, depending on how
Can't nobody pay you what you're worth, man.
Nah.
We got to decide and make that choice. That, you know what, this is a good amount. I'm cool with this.
Right.
I can work with this.
Right.
You know?
When I first got started, I researched what everyone else was charging.
Exactly.
And then I said, okay, I get that. That's cool.
Yeah.
I said, but they're not bringing what I'm bringing to the table.
Exactly.
And they're not, and I'm not being,
I
weird
know.
or conceited. They're not me, right?
Exactly.
And so
that's a real statement.
And so I have gone through things that have put me in a position to be able to reach people where they are, wherever they are.
Correct.
And build them up. You know, my thing is helping elite athletes and high achievers reach the next, next level, right?
Exactly.
Get higher heights.
Exactly.
And so my service may not be for you.
Definitely.
I'm not trying to be funny.
No.
It's just that I know that what I charge, my hourly rate, and what I charge as a consultant,
correct,
is it's at that point because it was carefully considered.
Exactly. You're just not throwing a number out there.
I'm not pulling that number out the air.
I'm telling you.
I'm not.
I'm telling you.
And some people come in with a mindset that this is what they want to pay.
Exactly.
But they don't even know what they're getting.
Don't even understand
right?
your
They don't
field.
even understand it. They don't understand it. And that's okay. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Because one thing is also important, Harie, time, money, with peace of mind. And so,
man,
if you don't have peace of mind, that time and money is not really much valuable anyway.
No, it's not.
And so, I would say,
right.
I think about how the people that I encounter, you can pay me and get the best that I can provide.
Correct.
Right? Which is pretty darn good.
Yeah, me too.
Pretty darn excellent.
I always seek to over exceed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can get that, but I'm gonna tell you who's more expensive. The DUI attorney.
Correct.
The
10 to 20K.
The criminal defense attorney.
Definitely that.
The undertaker.
Correct.
Right?
Exactly.
The divorce lawyer.
Yes, indeed.
Right?
Yeah.
All of those people, hospital, all of those all of those people are far more expensive. And so when it comes to mental health and counseling,
Yeah.
depending on what you're dealing with, it's wise to look at it as an investment into yourself.
Definitely.
It's not an expense
Not at all.
because what you're paying for is going to keep giving you, you're going to keep getting value from it
Correct.
over the years.
Definitely.
It's just what it is. And I'm so thankful that I did not go to school or go get my master's and my doctorate straight out of college.
Yeah.
Because
Life
I
experience.
had to live life.
Yeah. Definitely.
And when I talk to people now, I'm not just coming as an expert out of these textbooks. I'm coming as an expert out of this life.
It's compounded.
It's a lot to it. And so
Yeah.
so time is money, and earn your level, and put yourself in a position to not only demand your price but deserve your price, and then provide the service that
Exactly.
helps them say, I'm glad I did this.
Man, I got
I've never had anyone that said they weren't happy with it.
Exactly. Dr. Marlon Williams he over exceeded what I was expecting. And that's my goal when I design and do tech packs for clients, and I invoice them, I don't get complacent, but after you've been dealing with certain clients for so many years, at some point you would think that you didn't have to make adjustments. But I'm still real enough to know that I still have to hold myself accountable and don't drop the ball on things. I need to really, there's some areas just like I need to improve with my relationship with God. I got to improve in business constantly.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So as I listen to audiobooks and try to increase my business savvy and how I do things, the systems that I have in place, all of those have to improve in order for me to get to those several million that I have as an end game goal.
Yes.
Not because I want a whole bunch of bells and whistles. Is after my days are numbered, my kids are going to be looking at me like, boy, Dad had a system in place.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's the ultimate goal for me.
Legacy.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
So I'm going to switch gears on you because we've been in this has been therapeutic for me. You have no idea.
I'm glad.
We're going to switch to some sports talk.
Okay, excellent.
NIL deals, high school and college now. Imagine that. Transfer portals. We got to compare what's going on now to when we played ball.
Okay.
I mean, imagine at that time Marlon Williams been able to take advantage of an NIL deal in college, high school and college.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Considering the way we couldn't make any money.
Right.
We couldn't get no royalties off of the
We couldn't
jerseys that they buy.
We couldn't even get a job.
Couldn't even get a job in the summertime.
Right.
In general.
Right.
Couldn't just get in the transfer portal and go.
Nah.
Right?
Right.
So let me get your opinion on this.
Okay.
That's the game that we had to deal with back
Okay.
then. How do you think that's going to affect universities today? They already making hundreds of thousands of millions based off of the NIL deals, and the transfer portal gives them easy access to just slide. Don't you think it's going to just kill NCAA football? Possibly. That they can just go wherever they want to go, transfer?
I don't
What do you think?
I don't think it will.
Give me your reasoning behind that, because
and I will say this.
yeah,
It didn't have to get to this point, Harie.
you are correct.
It didn't have to get here.
Should have started back then.
They could have taken care of us. and
Exactly.
Players before us.
Correct.
Fair. They could have been
Correct.
fair. I'm not saying be
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm saying they could have been fair.
Correct.
And that's not what happened.
You are correct. You are correct.
We had to buy the video game that we were in.
Definitely. Yeah.
There
NCAA
was
football. Yeah.
There was a game back then,
Yeah. EA Sports.
Game Breaker, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
I remember looking at that thing, and they would show the teams, and they would show which players on offense or defense were game breakers, and I was one of them.
Yeah.
And I was happy about that.
Yeah.
but
Playing with yourself all the time.
but couldn't make any money off it, but someone else was.
Exactly.
How is that
Boy.
how is that fair? I'll tell you something else too. Let's be real about this.
Please.
How well are you selling your program? And do you have a program to sell?
Correct.
In terms of, all right, kids, of course there are situations where the money is just absolutely ridiculous.
Correct.
And I won't even phrase it like that.
Yeah.
There are situations where the money is just way more
Definitely.
at one institution
Than the other.
than it is at another, right?
Correct.
That's not the athlete's fault.
No, it's not.
That's not the athlete's fault.
Yeah.
And I'll say this also. If you can't compete financially with another institution,
Correct.
what else are you selling?
Definitely.
You should be able to sell that degree.
Yeah.
You should be able to sell that environment. You should be able to sell what they're going to be learning.
Definitely.
Personal development,
Correct.
professional development. And see, that's something I learned through my research, was that especially the revenue generating athletes, football players and men's basketball players,
Definitely.
we struggled in career development and maturity.
Definitely.
And I'll tell you this too. When everyone else is figuring out who they are and what they want to become and getting paid opportunities and internships and getting experience at internships, and then when they graduate, they got an inroad to get a job and start a career.
Definitely.
Athletes, revenue generating athletes, aren't able to do that.
That is
right?
correct.
All the athletes aren't able to do that. And so some athletes have more access to that.
You touching on
Okay?
it. Yeah.
And so when we talk about NIL and transfer portal,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
So NIL pay those players what they're worth. My problem with the NIL is this.
Mm-hmm.
I think, first of all, after you go into college for 4 or 5 years, in some instances 6 now,
Definitely.
right, with this extra year,
Uh-huh.
when you get out of school, Harie, one of the reasons that you're not prepared for life as an adult is because you haven't been preparing for life as an adult.
No.
You have been preparing for life as an athlete.
Yeah. To get to the highest level.
To get to the highest level, even though less than 1%
Definitely.
make it,
Exactly.
right? And so we're
Exactly.
chasing this dream,
Mm-hmm.
which we should chase,
Definitely.
but we shouldn't sacrifice everything
Everything.
on
yeah.
the side.
Tunnel vision just for that.
But here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
Your whole environment is encouraging you and making you
Yeah.
have that tunnel vision.
Yeah.
And so
Definitely.
my problem with the NIL, and there may be other problems if I learn more about it.
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
have
You
with
touched on
NIL.
some things, so I got to kind of retweak my thinking, but after you get done, I'm going to kind of give you my thought.
My problem with the NIL is there should be a mechanism in place that is teaching athletes financial literacy and
Definitely.
teaching them not only the value of trust funds and
Mm-hmm.
growth and income accounts and things of that nature,
Correct.
stocks.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there should be opportunities, if not even maybe even mandatory, where
Yeah.
they learn
Implemented in that
financial
mechanism.
literacy.
Yeah,
And
it's a
then
part of it.
And then if they want, they can put 2/3 of their money in a trust fund
Correct.
that they see. I wish all athletes had the Allen Iverson deal.
Correct.
Allen Iverson, it's common knowledge, and it's always talked about how lucky he is that back when his contracts and all that were being put together,
Mm-hmm.
they put it in place where he would get a large lump sum
Correct.
when he's older,
Yeah.
more mature,
Mm-hmm.
more understanding of life.
Mm-hmm.
And so now you have these athletes at, 18 to 23
Mm-hmm.
who are now not prepared for life, not prepared for their careers. And I won't
Correct.
say all of them, because some
No.
of them actually
Yeah, because some of them
do a good job.
Yeah, and some of them gonna have parents that's in the game
and
that
are
can
very
give them
familiar with
tutelage.
for your exactly,
Yeah.
right?
Not many,
Not
but,
many,
yeah.
but a lot of, but enough, right? So it's
Exactly.
not all of them that aren't going to be prepared.
Correct.
But I think That's my main issue with NIL, and it may be happening. I just don't know about it.
Exactly.
But I would love to know that all the athletes that are getting paid with NIL money are also given an opportunity to learn how to leverage those funds to purchase items that don't depreciate like cars do.
Exactly.
I want them to purchase real estate, even if it's not in the city that they're playing ball. I want them to create trust funds for themselves and their children if they have them.
Correct.
That when they are 40 years old and they're looking back on their time,
Correct.
that they are prepared. I also want them to have some kind of nest egg,
Correct.
right? That when they are done and still figuring out what they want to do with their lives after college, they're going to be going through the transition problem, right? They're going to be going through grief, depression, anxiety, loss of identity, loss of social structure, loss of friends, loss of family. They're going to go through all of that. Whew. The very least they could do is still have some kind of money to take care of the bills,
stability,
and then maybe even purchase their own services for mental wellness.
Correct.
Right. So in terms
and it's going to be necessary.
Yeah. So in terms of name, image, and likeness, I don't think that's going to kill the game. If coaches and institutions can prepare for the next team, they can prepare for the next phase or next wave of this athletics world. And I think it's a little hypocritical when coaches complain about it, because what you're saying is you can't recruit. What you're saying is you can't coach. What you're saying is you don't have anything at your institution to sell to a player other than money.
Yeah.
And then you're blaming the kids for wanting to
move
take care
and
of
shift.
take care of their families.
Yeah. When we couldn't
make some money, you're blaming them for that.
Yeah.
When that is what people go to college to do.
Definitely.
People go to college to learn how to earn a living, or, if they're an artist, then they learn to, follow their dreams, and then in a lot of instances, they figure out a way to earn money. And so NIL money, they should be able to make that money. I hope that they are investing in it.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to kill the game. Now for the transfer portal.
Yeah.
Here's my issue with the transfer portal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before we could transfer when we wanted to, we were making bad decisions as to what school we're going to.
Correct.
Now, I think it's even worse because we are believing that if it doesn't work out here, we can just transfer somewhere else. I don't groove with the transfer portal if it's a mechanism used to avoid competing.
Exactly.
I don't agree with that.
Now. You heading where I'm headed.
I don't agree with that, right?
Yeah.
Now, if I'm of the opinion of this. This is how I feel about the transfer portal.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, go to the school that is going to give you the education, degree, and opportunities to make a living for yourself afterwards. But here's the thing, Harie. To ask an athlete that is not reasonable, because in the time that everyone else is preparing and figuring out what they want to do, we are committing ourselves to the game. We are sacrificing ourselves for the game. We are getting beat up physically for the game.
Barbaric.
Right? It's really serious, right?
Yeah.
And so to say that, and that's why I'm so passionate about my program for helping athletes choose the right school.
It's needed.
Because now you're going to a school that you want to go to.
Correct.
You're going to a school that actually wants you.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about the coaching staff that can leave whenever they want to.
Correct.
I'm talking about the campus.
Exactly.
I'm talking about you have a cultural fit that matches what you need, an environment that's conducive to your success as a student. That's what I feel about picking the right schools. And that's why I'm passionate about helping athletes do that.
Correct.
Helping parents do that.
Correct.
Helping coaches help parents and
exactly
that,
to keep everybody on the same page for clarity, so you can actually follow through with the entire business.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of the transfer portal, again, there are instances. We talked about toxic relationships with family and friends.
Correct.
Let's talk about toxic relationships with coaches.
Oh man, tell me about it.
You have instances where players go to schools Because sometimes you're recruited by someone who doesn't even coach your position.
Correct. That is very true.
University of Tennessee was recruiting me.
Yeah.
Their receivers coach was recruiting me, but I was a linebacker.
Correct.
Right? Same with University of Michigan.
Correct.
Right? So you get to these schools, and that one-time weekend meeting is not enough to determine whether or not that's a good fit for you in that program. Sometimes it's lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, you just know.
Sometimes it's I know, and I'm here, and the players and my teammates, right?
Correct.
And so we can, I hate for running off at the mouth like this, man.
No, you
good.
good.
I'm really passionate about this, right?
I already know.
But I just feel like we have to be honest with ourselves when it comes to NIL and the transfer portal, and we got to stop being hypocritical when it comes to the NIL and the transfer portal.
Correct.
And we need to start looking at ways to make it work best for the athletes and the coaches and the institutions.
Correct.
As opposed to vilifying the athletes every chance we get.
Correct.
And I hear that more than anything else. The last thing I'll say about this, and I'll let you jump in, my man. I mean, it's your show, bro, right?
Yeah, let's go.
I heard a coach complaining about a third-string fullback wanting $100,000. And then, you know, the comments went crazy.
Correct.
With a bunch of people who don't necessarily have the athlete experience.
Correct.
And so they are now going at the athlete like, oh, you're third string. You know, what are you talking about, third string? Well, let me tell you what third string really is.
Bullshit.
Third string is second string if first string goes down.
Definitely.
Third string is first string.
Correct.
If first and second string go down. And that's one play.
Exactly.
Right?
That's all it takes is one.
All it takes is one. That could be on a offensive defensive snap. It can be on a special team snap.
Correct.
And so don't talk about the third string like they're chopped liver, right?
Yeah, it's trash.
They're not trash.
Exactly.
The walk-ons aren't trash.
No.
We need those guys to give us a look.
Correct.
And sometimes those guys have excellent character that contributes to the chemistry of your team.
Definitely.
So don't be out here undermining this thing with these sideways comments about a third string fullback wanting $100,000. How about you get out there and get your alumni association and your donors to contribute enough, so you can cover that, or just admit you don't have it.
Exactly.
Don't talk bad about the guy.
Exactly.
You know, you don't have it.
The budget's not there.
And guess what?
For scholarships.
I keep saying this the last thing, but man, one of the things I respected a lot about Coach Ross.
We got to go into tech. That's the next thing. Come and go.
Well, this is a good segue. Yeah. One of the things I really liked about Coach Ross, Bobby Ross, on Friday nights before our games, he would have us like offense stand up, offensive players first string stands up, and then they'll say such and such goes down. Who's replacing them? He sits down. Other person stands up.
See,
right? Same thing with special teams. Kickoff return, stand up. You know, L5 goes down. Who's the replacement? Boom, gets up, right?
Yeah.
And so there are preparations. There are things that coaches do to prepare for the unforeseeable.
Yeah.
And in fact,
systems
injuries are,
they keep coming.
You know, they're inevitable.
I had several of them.
It's not about when. It's not about if. It's when.
When, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you can't keep up with everyone else in terms of coaches, if that's all you had was, you know, dreams to sell athletes. Man. And now the NIL is in place and transfer portal is in place and you having problems keeping your team together, don't blame the athletes. Yeah. That's just my opinion.
No. And that's very strong. You know, but it's almost like we're still going to be on NIL and transfer portals, but I want to go specifically to where we play ball.
Okay.
And we kind of touched on it already, but what's your thought process, your opinion on the Georgia Tech culture, football culture, both athletically and academic curriculum-wise till now?
Okay.
I know that academic curriculum ain't gonna change.
Okay.
But what do you feel that? how Georgia Tech was then
Mm-hmm.
and where the program is right now currently from a football perspective.
Football perspective.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we know academics come with Tech.
So I will say something about the academic though, because it's a part of it. It's a holistic.
Yeah,
right?
it's all inclusive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well said. Academically speaking, when we were at Tech, it was cutthroat. It was
definitely.
It was look to your left, look to your right. One of you is not going to be here.
Correct.
And it was a fact.
You damn right it was.
They were not there, and
Mm-hmm.
and so that has changed at Tech.
Okay.
Tech is no longer the I wouldn't necessarily say sink or swim environment that it was.
Yeah.
But back then, Tech brought you in, and if you made it, fine. But if not, oh well.
Peace.
Deuces, right?
Yeah.
Tech now is about bringing in people who are going to graduate.
Yeah.
And they are putting things in place to provide resources that they do well and they graduate. So now the retention rate is
much better than it was back then.
A few years ago, it was like 97%. And
that's very strong.
It's probably still hovering around that area, right?
Yeah.
Athletically,
mm-hmm.
In terms of culture,
yes,
coaches are all different.
Definitely.
And they bring their culture.
Definitely.
Right?
Yes.
And, Tech is definitely a place that's high on tradition.
Definitely.
Right?
For sure.
Sometimes that's good.
And sometimes it can be
detrimental. Sometimes it can be improved, right?
Yeah,
sometimes
definitely.
It doesn't help.
It doesn't.
But ultimately, when I don't like to speculate because I'm not on the inside. Right?
Yeah, me either.
I'm not on the inside. But what I do know is what I would like to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
And here's something else about the academics, too, that we need to be aware of.
Yeah.
Or at least acknowledge.
Correct.
There was a time where the graduation rate for athletes was just what it was, the same way they did for the regular students.
Correct.
Right? Now they have this thing called the GSR.
Okay.
And GSR is graduation success rate.
Okay.
And I think one of the primary elements of that is someone goes somewhere else and graduate, you still get credit for them graduating from your school.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the GSR is not the regular graduation rate.
No.
Right?
It's fluff.
Possibly. And in
Possibly
some ways,
fluff.
in some ways, definitely fluff. Right? And so as a Tech alum, as a Tech alum who supports the program.
Indeed you do.
Academic, financially, right?
Correct.
I think that what I would like to see is I want us to sell our program based on what we're doing with our athletes after they're done.
Whew.
We can
Very
talk
important.
about and we can talk about how many players we're putting in the NFL. That's great.
Yeah. It's gonna happen anyway.
But if in terms of NIL, we don't have the large coffers that some of these other schools have for NIL.
Correct.
Right? So we have to sell what we do have.
Yeah.
And what I think we have is a degree that's worth a lot.
Definitely.
We're in a great city.
Definitely.
There's a lot we have to offer, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But we also have to show and prove that our athletes are benefiting from that. And if they're not benefiting from that, then we can't sell that.
Yeah. There has to be examples of that.
You have to have examples. And I'm not just talking about one or two.
No, it needs to be a high percentage.
I'm talking about all of them.
Definitely.
I have high standards. And you know what? I'm a football player. I'm an athlete. I'm an elite athlete.
Correct.
And we are taught to have high standards for ourselves.
Over exceed.
And our teammates.
Yeah.
And so I have high standards for my institution, and I believe we can get there if we put the work in.
Correct.
But also you have to have buy-in and belief. And if people don't believe that's important,
buy-in is key.
Exactly.
It's key.
Exactly.
So where do you feel there's room for improvement in regards to Georgia Tech with the athletes, the football athletes? You kind of touched on it already that you want to see athletes have something more than just the league to look towards
Mm-hmm.
actually the NIL deals or just the structure and system itself has these young men prepared, and if the league doesn't work out, they can have longevity regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think there's room for improvement? Because I'll tell you this, back when we played, I felt like the streets and the culture outside of Tech was more present.
What do you mean? Tell me more about
Present in regards to culture. You know, the athletes that were playing at that time when
Okay.
y'all won the 1990 national championship.
Okay.
I felt like the culture outside of Bobby Dodd was more involved from a fan perspective.
Okay.
Fans of the game,
Yeah.
coming to the game.
Yeah.
When we talk about diversity, back then we had a lot more culture coming in to see you guys play.
Well,
I mean,
will say-
I'm not saying that that's the reason it needs to improve, but I just feel like it was more energy.
I understand.
You know?
And that's a good point. And I'll say that everyone loves a winner.
That is true.
If you want to see that, you got to win.
That is true.
Because
That is true. They
when
had a
I
good
got there
season.
in '89,
Yeah.
I remember when I was being recruited, you know, one of the big recruiting points that they were making was we had 5 games that we lost by less than 3 points or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We're close.
Correct.
We're on our way. We're
Correct.
close.
Correct.
And then in '89, when I found out that I wasn't starting, I was like, I'm redshirting. I'm not playing behind. I'm not doing that. Right?
Correct.
I just said I refuse to that.
Yeah.
And I got that from the coach that recruited me from the University of Michigan. He
Okay.
said, you only have a certain number of games.
Yeah.
How many? And I wanted to start all my games.
That's correct.
And I definitely wasn't.
No
gonna-
red shirt. Just get
I
on in
was
there
not
and get
gonna
busy.
play. I was not going to play behind someone who I didn't think was better than me. I just wasn't. I just
feel
wasn't.
you.
You know, and it was like, hey,
But that's the
man,
mentality you have to have.
you have to have that mentality.
Yeah.
And it was, look,
Can't be taught either.
you know, you're going to start on all the special teams.
Correct.
About a 6th game, you should be starting it. Nah, I'm good. So I'm kind of lost track, man.
No, you good.
But in '89, we had a good season. It wasn't a great season, but we had a good season, and we ended on a high note with
Correct.
with a win against UGA. And so when '90 came in,
Mm-hmm.
we came in on that first game with North Carolina State,
Mm-hmm.
and we put it on them boys.
Mm-hmm.
We put it on them boys.
I remember that game. I was on the sideline. Recruit.
And then, you know, 2-0,
Mm-hmm.
3-0,
Mm-hmm.
4-0, and I mean punishing people.
Yeah.
Punishing people.
Yeah, I
Sean
remember.
Jones was
Balling.
going
nuts.
crazy, you know?
Yeah.
And the defense was top 10 in the country, right? And so people were like really excited and hyped about, man, this Georgia Tech thing is really real. So people going to buy tickets and you're going to
Yeah.
have representation
true.
and people coming in.
That's true.
And so, you know, 91 was a letdown. You know, we had some challenges behind, you know, personnel, stuff like that.
Definitely.
But you know, by the time you came in there, we
Yeah.
still had that vibe and that energy.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, in order to change the energy and the vibe in that stadium, we've got to win.
Yeah.
And
That's key.
yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta win some
Once you
games.
do that, then it kind of brings all of the culture. You know, it brings everything that I was talking
Yeah,
about earlier
winning
into the
is
mix.
like it fixes everything.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. It does. They had a pretty good season this past season. You know.
But I would like to say something else too.
Talk to me.
There are more wins to be had than just in the games.
Yeah.
And so I think and this is not just for Georgia Tech, this is for any institution.
Correct. In general.
If your players
Overall.
feel taken care of,
Man, you get better results.
there's gonna be, you just can't lose if your players feel better, right? About their time there and when they leave and
Correct.
all that. But don't get me to preaching.
All right, so I always like to do this with closing remarks because, you know, a lot of people need to hear the different opinions or the methods that you use when there was the highs and there was the lows, trials and tribulations, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In life. You don't have to use an example. You can just think in your mind of a low point in your life.
Right.
And what advice would you give to any young man or woman when they're at their lowest point in life of how to get through it? How to go from that low point, stay consistent, stay the course. What advice could you give to a young man or woman when they feel like they're at their lowest point, or they are at their lowest point? How do you persevere? How do you get through? What's some of the coping mechanisms? Not coping, but it could be coping if somebody dies. But how did Marlon Williams get through it when he was at his lowest point?
Man, the way
what do you suggest?
The way I got through it, and what I would suggest. The way I got through it was God wanted me to get through it.
Bam.
It
ain't no mystery to it.
It's no mystery to it, bro. That's the only way I got through it, man. Is because God wanted me to get through it. Because there were times where I don't even know if I wanted to get through it, bro.
Exactly.
It was tough, right?
Wow.
And so I would say never give up.
You can't.
Never give up.
Easier said than done, but you got to do it.
Easier said than done, but never give up.
Correct.
It's so important to just be in the fight.
Man.
Just be in the fight. Just be there to be present and be there and be in the fight.
Correct.
The other thing too is humble yourself.
Definitely.
Your situation may have humbled you.
Correct.
In certain ways.
Definitely.
But be humble enough to receive help when God sends it your way. And that can be through people, you just never know. It could be through information.
Correct.
Could be through knowledge.
Correct.
Right? Something else. Surround yourself with people who are either doing better or who would like to do better too.
Correct. That'll bring you out of a low point. You might not even get to a low point at that. If they're there ahead of time.
One of the first things we want to do in our low points is separate ourselves from others.
Yeah, isolation.
Excuse me.
You're good.
And I'll never forget, I went to a gathering at a friend's house. And his younger brother said to me, "What's up, man? Where you been? I haven't seen you in a long time." And I was honest. I said, "Hey, man, I've been going through some things, and I just had to kind of go to my cave, basically, and work things out."
Yeah, sometimes
isolation
get bad.
And he said, and I'll never forget this. I can see him right now saying it to me. He said, "Hey, that's when you come around more.
Yeah,
is when things ain't going good for you. We can't help you
if you isolate.
You're around. We can't hold you up. We can't encourage you. We can't support you." He ain't say all that, but that's what he meant.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I say that is what I would say is never,
Never
God, your faith is important. Your faith is important.
Man.
You also need to identify your why you want to do better.
Correct.
Right? Because that's going to sustain you. Be humble.
Definitely.
Right? And surround yourself with positive people that are going in the same direction that you're going in. And don't isolate yourself.
Yeah.
Right? That might be 5 right there. But I really want to.
It's a strong 5.
But I really want to put that out there for the athletes.
Definitely.
I want to put that out there for our teammates. Because we got some teammates, Harie, that are going through it, bro.
I already know.
Going through it.
I already know.
And we need to let them know
that we're still here for them.
We're still here for them.
Yeah.
And they're not by themselves.
Yeah.
And again, back to what I said about doing for the whole and the whole doing for you.
Correct.
Don't get caught up in this pity party and feeling sorry for yourself.
Man.
See how you can be of service to someone else. See how you can help someone else.
That gives you energy.
Check on your boy, man. Check on your girl. Check on your teammate.
Correct.
As an athlete, former athlete, check on your people.
Yeah.
Because those things will help remind you that you are great, that you are elite, that you have amazing things inside of you that can help you grow. You
are correct.
Get to where you want to go.
You are correct.
And so, That's
strong. That's a
what I would
strong
say.
5. And to finish that off, we're here to serve anyway.
Absolutely.
That's why we're here.
Absolutely.
Here to serve. So
Absolutely.
you made some very good points, 5 very strong points that can help people through their lows. But my brother, Dr. Marlon Williams, you got to let people know the website, social media platforms where people can find you, reach out to you. Because I know they're going to reach out to you after they see this.
I hope so.
So.
My man.
Yeah.
My man.
I'm like Leota, do or do not. There is no try. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Young and old, man.
Yeah.
Young and old.
So let them know where to find you at. Website, social media, everything.
Okay. I can be found at marlonwilliams.com. That's MarlonWilliams.com. And I can also be found at Dr. Marlon Williams, at Dr. Marlon Williams on Instagram.
There it is.
And that's a good way to start. You can find me through those.
Correct.
And looking forward to working with you. Looking forward to us being great together.
Damn right. My brother, Dr. Marlon Williams, I appreciate your time. We're going to wrap it up, my brother.
My brother, Harie, I appreciate you, man. Yes. I love you, brother.
Love you back, man. And it's a wrap. Chop Talk with Harie with Dr. Marlon Williams. Chill.